up, everybody? It's your boy Travis, aka Mossy here, and today I'm bringing you part 2 of my comprehensive Set 5 reveal guide. We're just kind of talking about the characters and their support and where I rate them on a competitive level. Without further ado, let's get right into it. Make sure you guys go check out PPG, check out my Patreon, my Linktree, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's do it. So today I'm going to be going over Kirishima 3, which I already did a review for his character card in the last video. If you guys want to go check that out, I'll have the link for that in the description. So yeah, for those that don't know, because you didn't watch the video, Kirishima 3 is a 720 with Death, Earth, and Void. This says, enhance, if your Fury or Punch attack is partially blocked, your rival loses 2 health. And response, once per turn, after you completely block this attack, it deals no damage. He also has a response once per turn that says, destroy 1 foundation. After an attack is completely blocked, your rival destroys 1 foundation. So, in my last tier list, I put him up here in the We'll See Play Everywhere tier, which, for those that don't know, the criteria for this is We'll See Play Everywhere is like, I expect them to be in almost every top 16 at a major event. We'll See Fringe Play is like, I could see them being in top 16 at a major event, just I wouldn't expect them to consistently do it. Maybe like 1 or 2 every like 3 or 4 Top Cuts. And then the unplayable tier is like a deck that I would play only exclusively at like locals. If I was just trying to mess around, have some fun, so on and so forth. But now we're going to be rating his entire kit. So Kirishima has 9 cards in his kit. 4 of them attacks, 4 foundations, and an action. The first thing we're going to be starting off with is his ultra rare, Red Riot Unbreakable. So Red Riot Unbreakable is a 5 diff, 3 check, 4 mid for 7 with a 1 mid block, Breaker 1 and Fury that says enhance for the rest of the turn after your rival plays a responsibility during the block step or damage step, they lose 2 health. So this is pretty good. It says if your opponent wants to breaker you, or like, trying to think of other relevant applications for on-block effects. I guess if they rejuvenating, smash, block, just effects that would happen on block or during the damage step. So like if they airy you, right? Just want to make sure airy does that. Oh, it's before the damage step, so airy actually gets around it. That's really funny, actually. But basically, effects that happen during the block or damage step. A card will say whether it happens during the block or damage step, or when your opponent plays a card during those steps, you'll get them to lose 2 health, which is a very good ability. It also has enhanced, discard 1 momentum, your rival destroys 1 ready foundation, build the top card of your deck. Now this card is a huge step up from Kirishima 1's ultra rare. It is, especially on that ability, imagine discarding a momentum to go -1 hand and build a card for 5 damage when you could just have a 7 damage attack. Discard a momentum to make your opponent destroy a ready foundation, and then you plus off the top of your deck. That's just so much better. This card, I think, is going to see play in a lot of things, just because, especially on Earth, the amount of snap momentum you can get for free through like pull no punches is very, very good. So this card's definitely going to see play. And also, making your opponent lose 2 health whenever they try to breaker you is also very good against a lot of decks. Red Gauntlet. So Red Gauntlet is a 4 diff, 3 check, 3 low for 4, 2 high block with Flash, Fury, and Punch. Flash meaning it does not have an enhanced step. Response, destroy 1 foundation. After this attack deals damage, your rival destroys 2 face-down foundations. And then Deadlock response, after this attack is completely blocked, destroy 3 rival foundations. So it's kind of hard to rate this card because as a flash move, it is pretty good. but it does have a pretty low base speed. And if your deck is prepared for Indiscriminate Shock, which I feel like most decks should be at this point, then your deck is prepared for this card. So I'm going to say that this is going to see fringe play. I don't think it's going to see like a lot of competitive play, but if we ever get to the point where people are packing less low blocks, then this card is just going to demolish people. Because destroy 1 to have your opponent destroy 2, very, very strong ability. And the deadlock's nothing to be scoffed at either. Like, destroy 3, if they're at bare minimum deadlock, is very good. On to the next one, we have Hardened Fist. So Hardened Fist is a 4-diff, 3-check, 3-mid for 5 with a 1 low block. Fury, Punch, combo with the Fury attack, which for those that don't know, there must be a Fury attack preceding this card in your card pool in order for the combo to be active. Combo Enhance, your rival destroys 1 face-up foundation. Your rival may build the top card of their deck committed. Okay, that's not bad. And then Enhance, the next time you destroy a foundation during this attack, build the top card of your deck. So this basically gives you a free Kirishima proc if they fully block it. If they partially block it, they still take 5. And if they don't block it, they just take 5. So either way, this card says your opponent's going to be down. Sorry. Alright. Yeah, so either way, your opponent's going to be down like a resource, whether it be their health or their foundations, and you aren't going to lose anything for doing this. So this card is very good, and I think we'll see, like, play for sure. Because at bare minimum, the Enhance, the next time you destroy a foundation during this attack, build the top card of your deck, Enhance, is very, very good. There are cards on all 3 of these symbols that let you blow up your foundations for positive effects. For example, Death and Earth have Brute Strength, which just says destroy a foundation for +1 damage. So you can just destroy a committed face down foundation, and then you'll build the top card of your deck face down, which is very, very cool. So yeah, I could definitely see this card seeing play in decks that top major events. On to the next one, we have Red Counter. Red Counter is a 5-diff, 5 high for 5 with a 2 mid block and a 3-check, Fury, and Punch. Enhance, if this attack is not completely blocked, it does not clear from the card pool during the end phase. And then Response card pool, remove, after your rival plays an attack, its damage cannot be modified. Now, I think this card's pretty hard to rate. It is just a 5-diff, 5 high for 5, which is fine stats, but it doesn't really do anything as an attack, right? Like, this card isn't doing anything for you on offense. It's doing stuff for you on defense. And I know there are some attacks that people play that, like, don't do much on offense, but they still do things. Like, even when Ice Storm is being played as mostly a Breaker 2 block, that card still has Powerful 3, a relevant Deadlock Enhance, and can just kill people, right? This card, I don't really ever see being played to try and kill someone. Maybe there's something that's hyper defensive that ends up playing this, but I don't think it's going to see much play. On to the next one. Learning to Harden. So Learning to Harden is a foundation with a 2-diff, 5-check, 2 mid block that says Enhance, commit, this attack gets -2 speed or +2 damage. And Death Response, after this card is destroyed, draw 1 card. Now, this card is sweet. This card is absolutely fantastic. I think this card is going to see play a lot. At worst, it's commit from -2 speed or +2 damage, which is something, at least the minus speed. Death did not really have a good commit from minus speed, aside from, I believe it was Graceful Maneuvers, but it was a 3 mid block, and it didn't do anything else except for minus speed. So having something that is kind of a dual effect, where you can -2 speed or +2 damage when you need it. It's very good. And then obviously, if you're on the death symbol, you can just destroy it with like brute strength. Or if your character has the death symbol, you can destroy it with like brute strength. Draw a card, and like that's really good after you've already committed it for 2 damage on your turn. Like that's super strong. And you can do the same thing on Earth if your character has the death symbol. But for Earth, this is really good, consistent speed hate that we can use every turn, and it's also damage pump when we need it. Void doesn't particularly need the speed hate because they already have plenty of good speed hate at the commit cost. So probably won't see much play on that symbol. But Death and Earth, love this card. I think it's going to see plenty of play. On to the next one, we have Facing Danger. So Facing Danger is a 2-5 check with a 3 mid block, enhance, destroy, change this attack's damage to 5. Response, flip after this card is committed due to a rival effect, unflip one other foundation, playable while committed. Okay, so this is good, not stun hate, but a stun deterrent, because it says, hey, you can stun me, but if you do, I'm going to get back this cool resource that I had earlier, right? On death, I'm gonna unflip my Excited for Blood because you stunned me. On Earth, I'm gonna unflip whatever good foundation I have in my staging area that I already used. And like same thing for Void. Also, Enhance, Destroy, change this attack's damage to 5 is very good against stuff like Indiscriminate Shock, Recipro Burst, Detroit Smash, Combo Deck. Like, it's very good against a lot of things. So I think this card is going to see a lot of play, at the very least, in sideboards of decks that top cut, right? I think this card just does a lot in our current meta, so for sure. On to the next one, we have Red Riot's the Coolest. 1 diff, 5 check, 3 low block, enhance, flip this attack, gets a +2 damage, playable while committed. And then deadlock enhance, your attack with hardened or red in its name gets +1 speed and +1 damage. I mean, this card's fine, right? It's just a, like, I think this is a good aggressive card. If you're playing like an aggro deck on Death, Earth, or Void, just having a 1-diff foundation that you can flip while it's committed for +2 damage, so basically you've already used the resource, and scales really well because it has a good deadlock enhance. I think this card is going to see fringe play. I think if you're an aggro deck, then maybe you want this card, but I don't think you're going to be playing this in like a hard control deck or anything like that. Something that when it gets there very convincingly and doesn't really need the damage pump. On to the next one, we have his rare foundation, which is Unbreakable, 3 diff, 5 check, 2 high block, static. This card cannot be destroyed or removed due to rival effects. Pretty good. Response, once per turn, discard 1 momentum. After your rival plays a non-character ability that destroys, flips, or removes a card in your stage, cancel it. That's pretty good. Enhance, commit, destroy 1 foundation. If you block this attack, it is considered completely blocked. Okay. So this is very good. This is essentially repeatable wall cling in Kirishima. Just because, like, even if their attack would deal guaranteed damage, like it's a throw or something, you can just respond with your character since it was considered completely blocked and say it deals no damage. So that's very good. But other than that, if you just need the correct zone, then this just does that for you. It's just like, oh, I need to block this high with my mid. Well, I guess I'll Unbreakable, commit, destroy a foundation. Now I completely block this and I take no damage. Yeah, this card's very good. I think it's going to see play in a lot of like defensive strategies because both abilities are very good on defense. I could definitely see this being like a 1 or a 2 of in a top 16 deck. On to the next card, Maximum Hardening. So Maximum Hardening is a 2 diff, 5 check, with a 2 mid block that has Earth, Fire, and Void. Form for the rest of this turn, your attacks get +2 damage, and response after you block an attack with this card, that attack gets -4 damage. You may commit 1 foundation to build this card face down. Now this card is crazy. This card shares a symbol with Dark Shadow Ruin, so you can form to give your attacks 2 damage for the rest of the turn, and then play Dark Shadow Ruin and say this doesn't count towards progressive. And then the response is also crazy. Response after you block an attack with this card, that attack gets -4 damage. You can commit a foundation to build this card face down so you can pick it back up later on 2 of its symbols with Jab. Like, that's nuts. Love this card. I definitely think this card is going to make waves somewhere, so I'm putting it up here. Anyways, if I had to give Kirishima's total kit an overall number from 1 to 10 based on how good it is, I'd have to give his kit around a 7. I think his kit is very good and very thematic, and just very cool considering what Kirishima does in this arc, and this is kind of his main glow-up arc. I really like the way that they designed his kit and everything that he does, because he still deals kind of with face-down foundations, but he cares more about the destruction of foundations, which is a design space we don't really have too often in the game. So I appreciate that. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. Go check out PPG. Go check out my Patreon, my Linktree, all that cool stuff. This has been Travis, signing out.
What is up, Matsu Nation? Thank you for watching till the end of the video. If you enjoyed, like, comment, and subscribe. And check out all my socials and my Patreon. I hope you all have a wonderful day, and sayonara.